Hi and welcome back to the channel. So it's Sunday morning, it's the 2nd of February. It's a very windy, wet, dull and cold morning. Right, okay. Having said all that, I hope everyone's well. I hope the weather's better where you are. Hopefully it will be, although I have feelings that maybe it's certainly up where the top of France and the UK and Ireland and Scotland maybe. It's pretty good. Further down south, however, it's probably a hell of a lot better than it is here. Right, so this morning, because the weather is so bad and because I'm certainly not going out on the bike, and of course I've got quite a lot going on next week, so I thought, okay, let's get the next stage of the Meteor sorted out.
Ring, ring.
Hey, doesn't the phone always interrupt, eh? Right, okay. So this morning we're just going to change the oil. Now, I mean, this bike is low mileage anyway, but I'd rather get it changed, like I said yesterday, for two reasons. One, I'm a huge believer that fresh oil keeps engines of any description in nice condition, but secondly, this bike is up for sale, so I want it absolutely perfect when it goes to its new owner, you know, so there. Although there may be a change of plans because obviously, you know, like everybody knows, we are going to relocate to another premises, and that premises is probably going to be smaller than the one that I've got here. So I basically, looking at things, I only need two bikes. You know, I don't need the three bikes, which is a shame. I'd have 23 bikes if I had my way. I don't think the wife would actually see it that way, mind you, but still. So it may be a fact that if the little Meteor, for some unknown reason, and I don't know why there isn't been a lot of interest in these bikes, because they are great bikes, but if for some unknown reason that maybe doesn't sell, then I may put the Himalayan up for sale, you know, with everything fitted on, boxes, everything, the whole kit and caboodle, as it stands, and then I may trade this one in with a dealer for another bike, so I get my two bikes. That's all, like everything else at the moment, up in the air and thoughts going around the head, which right now doesn't all mix up. Anyway, right, okay. So let's have a quick look over here at what we got to do the job with. And when you actually look at this, we have one new genuine parts Royal Enfield air filter. And in this bike at the moment, I'm going for, obviously it's a 1550 oil. I'm using the synthetic, fully synthetic ELF, the Moto 4, which is, it's a good oil, this is. A lot of people say, oh no, you should use semi-synthetic. That's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? The thing is, yeah, you know, I mean, I get that. I think as long as the bike's done 1,000 kilometres, synthetic, I personally think, and I've done it with all my bikes, then it's fine, you know, it does the job. So, right, without further ado, let's get on, let's get this oil drained. I ran the bike this morning. It's not a hot engine, it's a warm engine, so the oil should come out nicely. This oil should be nowhere near dirty because, I mean, it's not hardly been used at all. Now, so let's get you down there for one, and then get down there for another, and we'll see if we can get it in the right place. I'm just going to take that off there and put it over here so I don't whack myself with it. Okay, now before we start anything, now there's already some oil drained off down here. Now let me just try and show you this, because I don't know whether you can see this. I'm going to just turn you there, but under there is these two bolts, yeah, one there and one there, yeah, see them? Now these are the two. These are 8mm. Take these off, and you might see them through there as well, yeah, those two there, look, that one there and that one there. Okay, those are the two that we're going to strain, that hold the strainer in. And then here, look, here is another one which Royal Enfield don't really tell you that much about. There's one this side of the engine here with a copper washer on, right? That there drains extra oil. Now, if you watch the instruction video for Royal Enfield, it doesn't actually show you that one, but it's there, and you can get a bit more oil out of it as well. So, right, without further ado, right, first things first, I'm going to get my gloves on. Point made yesterday by Robin, who lives down in Spain, Easy Rider. Got a nice little channel, has some nice rides, check him out. Easy Rider. He said, glad to see you wearing gloves, and yes, I totally agree. You know, engine oil is no good for hands, absolutely no good for hands at all. So, why run the risk? Cover up, that's the thing, cover up. That's if you can get the damn things on, mind you. Right, okay, so we get that there. Right, so like I said, 8mm. And this will get these out of here. Okay. Now these shouldn't be tight at all. Just nip them out and then you can do them by hand. Okay. I got my little my little magnetic dish, right. Now I did round this, I'll give this a bit of a wipe off prior to taking these out. It's always a good idea if you keep it held up for a minute and then you don't get absolutely covered in oil. And I should have got me really a little piece of the paper towel ready, but there you go, I didn't. So that's it, right, now just slide this off and let it go. And there you go, that will come off quite nicely. Now, there is a basket in there, yeah? But right now, we're just going to let it drain off to its ability there before I go and get my little pliers. I'm going to wipe this off here, look, yeah? Yeah, see that's that there, yeah? We'll give it a proper clean afterwards, but I just want to give it a wipe for now. Have a look at that rubber seal, which we will do over on the workbench before we reinstall it. Okay, but we'll just put him down here for now. Right. So that's quite happily draining down there. Now what we can do, I don't know if I can get to this side from here. Probably can. Right, this is a 17mm, the other side, yeah? Which is here. I will just take this off. Oh. Again, it's not too tight. I just undo that. You don't have to do this one. I do. I think, you know, the idea of changing oil is that you want to get as much of the old oil out as you possibly can. Right, there's that one down there, look, yeah? Give him a little wipe there. We'll plonk him down with the other one, we'll check him later, okay? I'm just gonna, right, now I'm just gonna go around the other side a minute, because what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna undo the filler so that we get a little bit of little bit more airflow coming through it all, yeah? Okay, and I'm just going to put that down there because we're going to check the O-ring on that and get that nice and clean before we reinstall it all. Right, okay, now this is draining quite happily there, as you can see. I don't know whether we can actually getting there yet. Probably let it drain off a bit more, I think, rather than get covered in oil. Like I said, I had the engine running, so the oil's warmish. So it shouldn't take too long. And then when all this is sort of all out, which no, it's still still too much really to get there at the moment. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do while that's draining off there, rather than waste time. I could use this as an excuse to go and have a nice cup of coffee, but oh, look at that. These gloves are awful. They are. Oops, I need a new glove as well. Right, hang on a sec. Well, let me just get over here and get a glove. Never have much success with these things. Right. Let's just, I'm going to move you back this way a minute. Like that. And like that. And then what we're going to do is here, just to get life started. Hang on, I've got my little right, we'll get our new oil filter, look here. Hopefully you can see, yeah, you can see what's going on there, can't you? Our genuine Royal Enfield, stamped all over it. Okay, so this is the one with the spring on the front face. Yeah, and drop him in there, and we're gonna just, he doesn't have to be soaked in oil, but okay, I've never actually used this before. Does that oh, okay, that comes up like that. Well, that's fair enough, I suppose. I'll just put you down there a minute. What I'm going to do here, phone again, look, I'm just going to fill him up that way a bit and just whoosh him round in there, yeah, so the inside of it gets all pretty soaked, yeah, like so, and we'll leave him soaking there. This is still dripping quite happily under there, which I rather hope by now that it would have all, that's it, that's all soaking through now, see it all starting to come through. There's no need to give them a bath in it, because if you do, well, when you put it in, it just, you know, it just makes a bit of a mess, to say the least. Okay. Just run it round again. That's it. That's fine. Sit it there on itself. Lovely jubbly. Go back over here. Hopefully to get this basket. I'll see if I can pull this basket out and then I can just bring it over there. There we go. It's got the basket out. So I'm going to bring that over here now. Like so. Yeah. Yeah, like that. Get one of my dirty rags. Well, or paper, whichever the case may be. pliers cleaned up first of all. Which of course, once this is out now, it can drain a lot quicker, so makes everyone's life easier. I'm just going to put that there a minute. So basically with this, what you want to be checking is that there's no contaminated bits in here, you know, no bits of metal. No, that's all clean, look. I mean, that is, you know, look, nicely clean. You want to make sure this O-ring, again, this is only the, you know, this is good for some time. That O-ring there, it's still nice and flexible. There's no problem with that. Yeah. Okay, that's all good. Give him a wipe, make sure he's all nice and clean. Like so. There you go, that's nice. Right, I'm going to get the little plate that we've got here. Yeah, again, what we want to do is to check that O-ring there. Yeah. Check it, make sure it's okay, check it's all nice and soft still. Yeah, it hasn't gone hard, there's no breaks in it. That's good. These are good for quite a few oil changes. Make sure all the plates are nice and clean. Okay. Right, so that one's good to go back on. Yeah. That's those two. And then we get the little, again, this look, excuse me, just take the washer off a minute, give him a clean. Okay, that's good. Okay, put him back like that. So those three are all ready to go back on. Yeah, that's excellent. Right, we've virtually finished dripping there. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go round the side, and I'm just going to move you around. So off we go. And we're going to get our filter out, which is obviously in there. Now, what I want to do is to make sure, or the best that I can, by putting plenty of rag and that's just my mallet that's happily falling around everywhere. Just put this down here and try and make it that if any oil comes out, which you probably are going to get a bit, that it's nicely soaked up. Right, okay, so this is a 5mm Allen key. Okay, now take these off a bit at a time, because as you saw, this is spring loaded. Now we have got a bit of oil coming out of here, look. Okay, but there shouldn't be too much. I'm hoping should be able to move this there just to catch it. So take these off a bit at a time, just until the pressure is off, which I think it is now. You can keep your hands on it to make sure. Now these three are all the same size. Yep, I'm just going to stick them down there. Number 2. And the last one. There we go. Okay, we're just going to take him off there, look. Okay, we have another seal, which we'll sort out in a minute. Now, we're just going to pull this out here, look. The old filter, okay. Job done. I'm just going to take this across here and put him down there a minute so it doesn't get everywhere. In fact, what I might do is just put him in the bag that the other one came out of for now, so it's out of the way. Right, so what we need to do is just give this a wipe round here, look. Yeah, clean the face up like that. We can move this now. Like I said, we had a little bit of oil come out, but nothing much. Just put him down there. Clean the engine up underneath. There you go. Ready to accept the new filter. Okay, that's all nice and clean in there. Okay, so let's have a look at this, shall we? Again, the most important part to check is this O-ring, which again you can see is in really good condition. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Maybe the next oil change, if I've still got the bite, which I'm hoping, and I don't mean that nastily at all, but I'm hoping that I haven't. Okay, so that's ready to go back on. So I'm just going to place him down there. Then we have our filler. Again, another oil, another O-ring, which again is perfect. No problems there. Okay, that's all nice and clean. That's all nice and clean. That's ready to go on. So let's get the new oil filter. Just get him across here. Now, like I said, there's no need to actually swamp them in oil, but that now is nicely full of oil. Yeah, that's ready to accept the new one. That's great, right? It's full of oil. There's a little bit in there, look, you know, so that's brilliant. Now, with that clean oil in there, if you just get it on your finger and just smear it round this rubber here, yeah, round the O-ring, that will do that the world of good. Right, so let's get this, making sure that we've got it in the right way. Okay. Now don't forget, you want to do this up evenly if you can, so get each one on first of all. Yep, like that. Get one round like that. Again, if you press them up with your thumb there, then do them up by hand, just nip them up so it holds it, and then you just nip them up. Now there is a torque setting for this. I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to quote it, but it's not going to be much. I don't use the torque for things like this. You know, I've been doing this for years, so, and I'm not saying that I'm anything special because I'm far from that, but you know, you get sort of used to what it is, yeah. I'll give that a wipe round. Like I said, this whole engine, I'm going to clean the whole bike down. Right, nick that up there. And that up there. and that up there. Okay, so there's the new filter fitted, yeah? Lovely. Now I'm just going to whack that there a minute, because I'll use that little bit of oil there for exactly the same purpose as I did on this one. So let's get the camera back round here. Like that. Right, hang on a sec, because again my camera angles are pretty rubbish, but I'm going to try anyway and get them a bit better. Right, I think that's gives you an idea of what I'm doing there, doesn't it? Right? Hopefully, maybe. Okay, so we have these things to put all back on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, first things first, I'm going to sit these down here. Okay, I'm going to push in this, which literally it plops up, Bob. That's it. Yeah, it just slides in on that. Now I'm going to wipe all this base here before I put this on. Okay. Now you might still have a little bit of oil that comes out, but it will only be a little bit. And smooth that round there with them. Okay. And what you got to do now is you have to find your holes, which is not the easiest thing to do from here. So I've just got to sort of change my direction there. Right, there's one in. Get him there so he holds up. Get the other one in there, look, yeah. You can do these up by hand. Just whiz them up. Like that. And like that. Okay. Put the 8mm back on. Again, these are not tight, you know. These, you just literally just nip them up. They're going onto that rubber on there, look. On there. Okay, that's good. I'm just going to clean round it again. What will we do without paper towel, eh? I ask myself. It's a godsend. Okay, so that gets that nice and clean there. I really must empty my oil draining bucket now, because as you can see, it's getting a tad full. But what I do is I just use the containers now that I use and fill them all back up. Right, hang on a sec. Let me just get this one back in. I'm at a sort of a funny angle here. Okay. Do them up by hand again. Now it's all nice and clean round in first. And change over to a 17mm. Again, just nip him up to the washer like that. Okay, that's it. That's it. Job done, as in nearly done. The only thing we haven't done, obviously, is to fill it up. Now, I'm going to move this out of the way before I either knock it or spill it or do something totally stupid. and then we're going to fill the bike up. So I'm just going to move the tools off a minute and get you around this side like that. Okay, I'm going to take these gloves off now because we've finished all the horribleness with the oil. Yeah. Okay. Lovely job. I'm going to get you up here and we're going to walk around this side just while we fill it up. Put you there, I think possibly would be a good place. Yeah. Right, now it is literally just a case of filling it up. Now it's a funny angle, this is the filler on this, and you have to be, see, it's, you know, you've hardly got anything there to go down. Yeah, in fact, do you know what, I think that one could be a bit big. It's very weird. Do you remember years ago they used to have the flexible you had the fillers that had the spouts on? Yeah, I don't know whether you remember them. Right, now this does, because of this being in such a funny angle, it can take a bit of time to sort of get in, so you have to bear with me a minute while we get this done. What you have to try and do to get the airflow going is to lift this up a little bit at the same time, so without letting it run out, because that is what you don't want to do. Okay, right, so let's have a look at this. As you can see with the oil now, if I can get you in the right place, get the light on, we're nicely there, look. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the ramp down, I'm going to start her up, okay, and we're going to check for leaks. We're going to see if we've got any leaks. Hopefully we haven't, and then we'll let it rest for a couple of minutes and then check the level again, and hopefully everything will be well and truly sorted. Right, so start the old girl up. Now you don't have to run it for long, we just want to know that we've got no leaks anywhere. Good. The vibrations, by the way, is not the bike. Okay, that's all right. Just check this side. Okay, that's lovely. No leaks. But there again, I didn't expect there to be. Not because it's me, of course, but because those seals were in absolute beautiful condition. Right, we'll just get this pump back up, let it rest itself down. There shouldn't be much difference in the oil level because, like I said, I soaked the filter. So hopefully should be fine. Or should be fine anyway. Where's my torch? Have a quick look at that. Let's have a look. Well, she's not come down yet, obviously, but she will in a minute. Take this bit of an opportunity just to clean this off. Like I said, I'm going to clean the whole engine down and then ready for, well, you know, if it's sold, it's sold. If it's not, it's not. Isn't it marvellous? So you sit here waiting for it to come out. But yeah, so basically, the only thing that I'm going to do to this bike now is I'm going to oil up all the swivel points, you know, your brakes, your gear change, check all the engine mountings all over the bike, which I do on all my bikes. I'm going to adjust the clutch if it needs it, of course. If it doesn't, then obviously it won't be done. And then she's all done and dusted. Do you know what? I do like these bikes. I mean, I haven't done a lot to this bike. But this is for another video. I'm going to give my opinions on this bike after owning it. We'll do a video all about this bike, eh? Okay. Right. That's fine. That's where it should be. I'm going to bring you back over here. I'm going to stand that up. And hopefully that's all done. Right. Simple, quick, easy little job. This is what I love about Royal Enfield. You know, they are such a nice, easy bike to work on. Having said that, you know, that's a bit of a silly statement really, isn't it? Any bike really to change the oil shouldn't be difficult, you know. But yeah, there you go, sorted. Like I said, these little 350s, you know, it doesn't matter if it's the Meteor, if it's the Classic, if it's the Hunter, they're a good bike. I did a review on the Himalayan, and again, everybody knows my love of the Himalayan, and you know, I mean, that bike of mine it runs beautifully. But we'll do one for this because you know what, this bike deserves it just as much. I think these are underrated, I really do. Anyway, right, that's this video finished. That's all I wanted to do. Another job out the way. It can come off the ramp. I'm not going to do that today, but it can come off the ramp. Then when it's off the ramp, we'll check the clutch adjustment, which again is a simple job, but an important job. You know, you keep your clutch cables adjusted properly, and it doesn't treat your clutch plates a lot better, which in the long run saves you money for simple adjustments. Right, okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, that'd be brilliant. If you've popped in for the first time and you're not subscribed, please, I'd love you to subscribe. It costs you nothing, you know, just hit that subscribe. I always say that wrong, don't I? Hit that subscribe button, that'd be great. I hope whatever you're doing today, I hope you're not being hounded by the weather, although you probably are, unless you live in sunnier climates. Right, I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.